What's up YouTube, it's Ben, and in this video, let's talk about how to create a recruiting agency using just an email address. All right, so call me crazy, call me whatever you want, but I do speak from direct experience, and yes, you absolutely can start a recruiting agency using just an email address. Hey, listen, if you're not in our Facebook group, Recruiter Empire, link in description. You definitely want to be in there for some really good golden nuggets. Join in the link in description. All right, so Ben, you sound insane. Like this doesn't work. Like, what are you talking about? Well, stick with me till the end here. I will explain exactly how this works. So I actually started my recruiting agency 6 years ago using simple concepts like cold messaging Facebook business pages or cold messaging decision makers that I could find on LinkedIn via Craigslist ads that were posted. And that's exactly how I actually got my first deal. That was all up until I actually created a professional business email address, which by the way, didn't even need to be an actual professional business email. It could have been a personal email to get the same deals that I actually got. Point being is that once I actually got the email address set up, I was able to reach out to probably about 100 times the previous contacts that I was reaching out to just using the other rudimentary methods. So at this point, I could utilize my email address that I was using professionally to reach out to decision makers that I was finding for free on sites like Manta or Craigslist or literally wherever, surfing websites just to scrape for emails and find them randomly and email them. And I was emailing about 100 emails a day at that point without the technology we have today, of course. So this is where everything took a completely exponential turn for me because obviously today we have crazier tools than ever where we can reach out to thousands of people a day in a matter of hours versus 100 people using really long periods of time to find that data. But this was an exponential shift for me and it was huge even at the time in 2016. But again, let me circle back. It was the email address, right, that allowed me to start reaching out at scale, at that point, right, to the decision makers that I needed to connect with to actually start getting recruitment cycle deals going. Now, of course, it wasn't like everyone I emailed responded to me and wanted a deal, right? Like that doesn't happen in recruiting. And if you think so, then you're wrong, definitely for sure. Now, but if you think recruiting is super complex, you're absolutely wrong because I did get a ton of responses just by emailing my clients, just by emailing them a couple sequences. In fact, I didn't even have the full setup. I didn't have a website. I didn't have a LinkedIn. I didn't have any automation. I didn't even have any email sequences going. I was just emailing people on cadences at random. This is how utterly ridiculous the beginning was, but how simplistic it was. I want to drive home the point that you can literally get your first client paying you $5K, $10K, $15K with cold email outreach, just like an email address. All you need, right? You can do that. Now, obviously you would invest into your business and buy tools like automation and sequences and CRMs and all of that kind of thing to 10X your efforts, right? But I circle back to the same concept. The complexity is not what you think it is. So if I'm being candid, I really just want to drive home the point that you have zero excuses. If you're sitting there trying to figure this thing out, you have zero excuses to actually get off the ground and get an agency running. Like literally start cold emailing some people and you will win if you actually are motivated to email enough people and actually put your heart into it. Just after starting doing all of this with one email address, just sending out emails to decision makers, I was $100,000 up in 6 months. No recruiting experience whatsoever. Now, yes, you absolutely need to understand recruiting fundamentals, negotiation, contracts, how to deal with clients, all of that kind of thing, right? But at the end of the day, the simplicity and the startup is the least of your worries. So take whatever value you do from this video. Take whatever humble beginnings and understanding that you take from this video, and I hope that maybe it shifts your mindset or changes your idea of how complex or crazy starting a recruiting agency is. In reality, I really want you to understand that the humble beginnings and the simplicity are all there. Of course, you need to learn a lot more to scale and grow something, but to actually start to get a first client, it's not that insane. My goal here is to show you that everyone starts somewhere, no matter how small that place may be, but you only grow exponentially from there. All right, smash that like button if you got any value out of this video. Join our Facebook group, Recruiter Empire, link in description, and I'll see you guys next time.